Hi guys, it's Arya. I am in my very messy garage because that's where I put the Halloween decorations that I was going to talk to you guys about. So this is one of my witches. Now you just need a few things for these. Most of the stuff I had on hand, some of it I bought. Now I got their body. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'm gonna lift her skirts and show her underneath. Okay, so underneath, I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's a broom handle and it's in this little tub, which was an old kitty litter container, you know, those plastic ones that have like a bunch of litter in them. And on the inside, do you see that right there? I just used some quickcrete and I put the broom handle, which I got from Dollar Tree, in it, you know, taped on either side so it wouldn't move, and let it set for 24 hours. Then I took their head, which is just a milk jug, cleaned it out really good. I did that, let it set, made sure it was dry on the inside. And then I just taped it to the other end of the broomstick, which it goes all the way up to about the top of their head. It just sits there, and then I took duct tape and taped it around. And I'm going to insert pictures or have the pictures and just have me over it. I haven't quite figured that out, but you guys will see. I'll have pictures. And then I spray painted the head and I spray painted the head green, used acrylic paints on the face. And then I took, because I don't know where you guys live, but here in Oregon, they did a ban statewide, I think in January of 2020. So you couldn't get the plain plastic bags. But I've been saving mine because I find uses for them. I use them to stuff things. I use them to put under clay if I need to bulk something out a little but not have it be super stiff. Or I'll use it when I am wanting to create a shape in something. I find them very versatile. So I had a ton on hand. But I had way more than my husband thought was good. So I made 3 of these witches, and I'll show you a picture of all of them. But I used those to give the girl some hips. Do you guys see that? I stuck some here on this side and on the other side, and I taped it really good together. And I also made sure she had a little bit, you know, boobs, because she's a very curvy witch. And then over the top, I used just those giant black yard trash bags. I didn't have those on hand because I don't really use them. Now I've got a ton, and I'm trying to figure out what I can do with them because the things are huge. And I just cut little strips and glued them on to her head. Used felt for her mouth. Just cut out a little lip shape and painted the little line across. The arms are filled with trash bags, and it's just a long strip that I kind of glued the edges together so that it'd be just like a long tube, tied the end. So she's got like a little bit of arms. Woo! And this hat is just like from the thrift store. I paid like 99 cents for it. So all together, I had the face. I had to buy the poles, so that was $1 for the pole. The jug was free because everybody in my house drinks a ton of milk, so I saved, you know, 3 days worth of milk jugs because they go through about 1 gallon a day. I've got 7 people in my house, and they drink a lot of milk. I should really buy my own cow. It might save me some money. I already had Sorry, I keep touching her. I already had the plastic bags, and I bought the trash bags, and quite frankly, I only needed 3, because this is one whole bag. I just needed 3 trash bags because it was a little too long. I cut the bottom, and I used what I cut off the bottom to make the arms for each one. And I had some excess too. I used it to tie the little belt around, and I used it to do their hair. So 3, maybe 3.5 trash bags to get them all the way done. Duct tape, and then the quickcrete. I already had the containers for the kitty litter because we have 3 cats, and during the summertime we don't go through as much litter, but we keep the containers when they empty out because I'm planning on doing cement planters, and those are a good base. But I digress. Anyway, and then I got the quickcrete from my local hardware store, and that was like $5. So out of pocket, I was out $5. Trash bags were like $7 or $8. So that's 13, 14 for the pole. So about 14 bucks, 15 if you count the, yeah, 15 for the hat. So that's about what it cost me per guy. But I have a ton of trash bags left over that I'm going to use for other things. I may make more witches. I may use them for another project. But I found like the floating witch head project on Pinterest, which I'll link down below where I found it. And again, I'll have pictures as to how this played out. Now let's move on to the mummy, which you can see behind me. So let me get that. Okay, so here's my mummy. You guys see that? Here, I'll put him over here. Maybe you guys can see him. He's pretty cool. What I did, and I'll insert pictures and stuff, is I had my girls lay out. I save a ton of cardboard. I have tons of cardboard boxes. I got rid of ones that I knew I wasn't going to use. I got rid of a ton, but I still have a ton of cardboard because I have projects. So many projects that require cardboard. And for Halloween, I'm like, let's make a mummy. So I had my girls lay down on the cardboard, and I traced them out. I made sure they kept their legs together. I had them cross their arms so that I would get that right shape. And then I traced it out with a Sharpie, cut it out of the cardboard. And then I took and I cut ridges to give it bulk. Because if you notice, got a little bit of a waist. It's not just flat. I put braces in so that I could fill in the inner part. I filled in with more of the plastic bags that I had on hand. Quite frankly, plastic bags were I had a ton. I still have a ton. There's some up in the rafters in my garage. So, and then I took these little let me come closer, see if you guys can see this, because I think it's kind of blown out. So do you see these hands? These are from the dollar store. They were in their Halloween section. They had a few hands. I bought a couple of sheets from the thrift store. They were big white sheets. One was a fitted sheet, one wasn't. And that cost me about $5 for the sheets. $1 for the hands. I had this like cheesecloth. You can get this at the dollar store. Unfortunately, the dollar store where I was at only had black, and I wanted white, so I picked this up at Joann's, and I got it for super cheap. I think I paid $5 for it. And this helped with the ghosts, and I'll show you them. His eyes are also from the dollar store, and his arms are made from a pool noodle. I cut the pool noodle in half so that I would have 2 pieces, and I just folded them up. I wrapped them first, folded them up, and then I hot glued it in, and then as I was wrapping and doing other stuff, I made sure to secure that in, and that's what we did. And I also have in the back, I have an extra brace. It's an old broom handle in here just to help keep him upright and so he doesn't like sag. And I've got two of them. One is a long dowel, one is a broomstick that I got. One is an old broomstick and one is a dowel. You can use a broomstick that you get from the Dollar Tree, or if you have a piece of wood to just kind of brace the back, because it is cardboard, and when you put all that stuff in it, it wants to just kind of lean forward. And this makes it so that it doesn't, and it stands, and I should probably put more in it, but quite frankly, I'm pretty happy with how he turned out. And as you can see at the bottom, I just have duct tape and stuff. And these are, I thought he was so much fun. I wanted to do more. I have another cut out, and I will finish it for next year, so we'll have 2 mummies to go with our 3 witches. But I just really like how he turned out. I was really impressed, because when I was doing it, if you see the pictures, which I will include, like I said before, I know I keep saying that, but it's to remind me, because I go back when I'm doing this and I look at everything, and it reminds me to put them in where I said I was going to. But I have a whole nother one, and I really like how this guy turned out. I'm going to have to find some more hands, so I'll have to wait until next year to get the hands, but this summer I'm definitely going to get more pool noodles. I have a lot of craft projects, and I always forget to get the pool noodles, so I need to do that. But that is him, and I'm just going to let him sit right there. Now I'm going to show you some of the other things that I did. So just a second, let me get those. Okay guys, so I want to show you, see these little sparkly spiders? I got these from the Dollar Tree, right? Halloween, they always have spiders. These are all sparkly because I wanted to put them on my front door, and I'll post a picture of what I did with them. My door is metal. Next year I'm going to go ahead and put little magnets on the back of these, but I filled in the little gap with glue stick, or not glue stick, but hot glue, with a glue gun. And I just, because I used tape, I filled it in to make it flat so that I could use duct tape, because that's what I use when I hang everything, because I'm a weirdo like that. Mostly because I plan on painting and I don't care about the walls right now. But that didn't work for these. These were too heavy. So as you can see, there's like an extra bit of glue there. I just glued them to my door. So if you have trouble with the spiders that you want to use not sticking, use a little dab of glue stick or glue, hot glue, and they just pop right off when you want them to come off, but they stay put until you pull them off. Just thought I'd tell you that. So the other little craft that I did were these ghosts. Let's see if I can get them kind of out. Do you see these ghosts? Now, what makes them so cool is, they look like regular ghosts from here, right? A little bit of cheesecloth floating on some string. But they're the little eyeballs that I got from the Dollar Tree. And I cut up the cheesecloth that I got from Joann's and did these, but it's light enough that you can see the little eyeballs. See, there's red ones. They look so cute, so adorable. And I just wrap them on a piece of cardboard. Like if you have any Garland stuff, get a piece of cardboard. So when you store them away, they don't get all tangled, and it makes it easier to pull them out, store them without them getting all tangled. Now I want to show you the other thing that we DIY'd. Which are these fun little bats. And I will leave a link for Pinterest, because this is where I found them, and I just free-handed these, but I'll leave a link to a template that you guys can make your own for next year. They look so pretty up on the wall, but these are like these were so much fun to do. Okay. Next, I made these cool spiders. They're pretty cheesy, little fur action going on here. These are 2 styrofoam balls, 2 different sizes. My daughter helped. She hot glued 8 eyes on all of them because you know spiders have 8 eyes. And they're supposed to have wire legs, but we didn't have time for that. And so we just stuck them up. I just stuck them up with hot glue again on stuff because I'm planning on repainting, so if it took a little paint off, I didn't care. Which, honestly, it didn't leave very much because I couldn't get, like, I have command strip sticky things, and those didn't quite work for these because of the curve. And the last thing that we made is this. Now, this does not have the candles in it because I'm using those for something else. But you use little tea lights, or you can buy like the little votive lights, the electric ones. I recommend getting one with a remote. I bought one that's supposed to have a timer. That doesn't work. I was a little disappointed. They're cute though, and I'll insert pictures. I mean, it was really, really cute. But I had to take them all out and like turn them on and off. It was annoying. But these are made out of toilet paper rolls, and that's all I had was toilet paper rolls. I didn't have paper towel rolls because I don't use paper towels in my house. We use dishcloths, and that's what I have. But with 7 people, we go through a lot of toilet paper, so I have toilet paper. Now, if you see back here, see these shiny parts? That is duct tape, okay? And this one is 1, 2, this is 3 high, 3 toilet papers high. This one is 2.5 toilet papers high because I cut some in different lengths so that I could get all these different heights. And what I did is I went and I used hot glue. Let me tell you something. Do not cheap out on the glue gun. Spend more than $5 on a glue gun. If you spend about 10, Walmart has one that takes the full-size glue sticks. You will not get blisters on your finger from pulling the trigger if you get a better glue gun. I'm gonna tell you that right now. We did this one with the cheap little $4 glue gun that you could get at Joann's or Walmart, you know, the little one that takes the mini. Don't do that. Buy a regular size glue gun because the trigger is a lot smoother. It's going to work so much better. You will not get blisters on your fingers. My daughter and I got tons of blisters because it takes quite a bit of glue to do all these little drips. Do you see that? And then I went and put all these are styrofoam skulls. Just your basic styrofoam skull. I got like a whole pack of them for like 99 cents. Or I got them at the Dollar Tree. I can't remember, but I've had them for a while, so I needed to use them. And what I did is I spray painted the whole thing, which, by the way, if you are using spray paint on styrofoam, you should test it first on something that you don't mind. I forgot to do that and totally forgot that styrofoam, when in contact with anything corrosive, which aerosol spray paints are corrosive when it comes to foam, it will kind of melt their little faces. See that? They're not, some are more defined because they didn't get quite hit as hard, but they, I mean, this guy's face is completely melted in there. But that's okay. It goes with the look of Halloween. But if you're doing something else, like maybe you're doing one for Thanksgiving, or you're making something to go for Christmas, because I was thinking about making one because I have more of these toilet paper rolls because I've been collecting them for the whole year. I'm probably gonna make one for Christmas, maybe. I don't know. We're gonna be making ornaments, so I'm hoping to get some of that done. But we'll see. I'm trying to stay in the moment, so filming doesn't always happen. But these are super fun to make. And on the inside, yeah, I know the thing fell, is I cut little circles that were the same size as these. I just took a toilet paper roll and put it on a piece of paper and traced around it so that I could put little circles in, and I glued them in just so that whatever light I decided to put in here, you do not want to put a real light in here. This whole thing will go up in flames. Not a good idea. But the little battery operated ones, they're a great idea for this. After I spray painted it, I just did a dry brushing. If you look up dry brushing on YouTube, you will find tons of tutorials. But I took a little silver and just kind of dry brushed on highlights. And that's what gives it kind of this different look. So it's not just black. It has a little sheen, and when the lights are all on, it just kind of sparkles. I love it. So that are the DIYs that we did for Halloween. And next year I'll go ahead and I'll do some more in-depth ones, or when I'm working on other projects that I'm doing, I'll go ahead and I'll record and have it all ready to go for next year. But right now we're kind of focused on Christmas. I actually took all this stuff down. It's before Thanksgiving. It's been kind of hard. I've had a lot of stuff going on. So I've just been kind of like, I needed Christmas. So my Christmas tree is up. I have projects that we're gonna do because we're doing, our theme for this year for Christmas is handmade for the holidays. So everything that we're gonna be doing, decorating wise, except for like my mantle, like I have vintage deer and stuff like that that I like to have out. And my grandmother's vintage 3 wise men. They're pretty cool. I'll do like a little video of how I'm gonna do everything. But I've got those up because it makes me happy, and right now I need happy. Halloween makes me happy too, but I usually don't decorate for Halloween. I usually just decorate for my daughter's birthday because her birthday is just before Halloween. So we're slowly gathering stuff to decorate for Halloween and Thanksgiving, but we canceled our plans for Thanksgiving, so I felt it was okay to go ahead and take everything down and decorate for Christmas because the only people who are going to see it is me, and now all of you know that I'm one of those crazy people who decorates before Thanksgiving. Usually I don't, but the last couple of years I have because this time of year is a little hard for me. So I just really hope that you guys had a wonderful Halloween, and I will be sharing the stuff that I'm going to be doing for Christmas, and I'll share links to everything. Everything will be down below for the stuff that I did, because most of these ideas I got off of Pinterest. Some are ones that I saw and I was like, I need to do that. And so I did. So I'm going to go ahead, and the stuff that I can link, I'll link below. I'll have a list of all of the stuff that I had. And I hope that you guys enjoy this video and don't mind me rambling on like a crazy person, because that's what I do. So have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful holiday. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.